Stay productive. Time is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Right.
Time. When they want to punish you, what they give you? Time. When they want to reward you, what they give you? Time. You can live 30 years with cancer. Time. You got time. I don't got time for that. Time. So I think when we expire and we go to his kingdom, he gonna ask us, what the did you do with the time I gave you on earth?
Right.
Did you help or did you hurt?
Right. Wow.
Did you think about anybody else? Or did you think about yourself? Damn. Nah, you gotta do something with your time. Stay productive.
All right, Shalom. It's the brother Kaya from GMS New Orleans coming back at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, as I always do, I'd like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the icons that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying first and foremost the Hufi elect and those that cleave to the body. So what I want to get into today, as you see, this guy Tracy Morgan, all right, who have had the luxury, of being enriched in whatever society, system Esau have set up. All right, what we just would call, better off, a higher taxpayer, than us, because technically, the rich sit in low place, and that rich represents the elect ultimately, because you have to be rich in spirit. But he made some points here. And this ain't gonna be a long drawn out lesson, all right. But we just want in a roundabout way correct it. But I can gravitate to it somewhat, to a degree. It sounds like he kicking wisdom, but to when you the man with the one eye open amongst the blind, I mean everything gonna sound great, But for the most part, he did make a good point, concerning what did you do with your time, And I'm gonna play it again before I get another precept, just so we can, get it all right, to have the full understanding of it, okay? But let me play it again, then I'll get a couple precepts, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying.
Time is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Right.
Time. When they want to punish you.
Nah, time is not the most powerful thing in the universe. All right? Time is not. Okay, in this, I'll come back to that. I had Ecclesiastes 18 set up. All right, but I read that after I read Sirach. All right, I think it's maybe 17. Yep. And this came right after the chapter that I was gonna read. Okay. It says gave them to understand the season and the times. Bear with me. Okay. Yeah, it's Wisdom of Solomon. Salak about that. All right. This Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 16. I'll start at. It says, "For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship." Let me get this in a GNT. Let's see what it says. All right, bear with me. Okay, that's a rock 18 in the GNT 2. Let's see what it says. All right, because he just says the most powerful thing in the universe is time. All right. Now, ultimately, that time cometh. There's a place where time was created from. All right. Well, that's a man which time was spoken into to be created. Right. Mainly to take care of the seasons and the time. So, time itself in general is not, as important as the creator himself. All right. So, just correct that. I mean, it ain't too crazy. All right. Let's get the full chapter here. Yep. So I start at 16. All right. This is in the GNT. It says, we are under his power and authority. We ourselves, our words, and all our understanding and skills. It is he who gave me true knowledge of the forces of nature, what the world is made of, how the elements behave, how the calendar is determined by the movements of the sun and the changing of the seasons, the constellations and the cycles of years. All right. Now, obviously, um, I read it. I'll read it in the regular version. All right, just in Apocrypha for the KJVA. Wisdom of Solomon 7:16. For in his hands are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. For he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of times. All right, which goes into the alterations of the turnings of the sun and the change of the seasons. So time is conducts the changing of the seasons. All right, it's not the most powerful thing in the universe. Okay, let's see this real quick. Okay, so let's get a measurement of time. All right, time is a measuring stick. All right, it got timekeeper. Well, we just won't be time. Time is a temporal duration, which Yahweh is the ancient of days. He sits outside of time. All right. That's why you have the names of the ancient of days. He that liveth forever. Okay. Limited space and time. Okay. To divide. Right. So time is a measuring stick to divide. All right. Okay. Let's see. In English, a single word encompasses time as extent and point. As in what time is it? All right. So it give you a measurement. One of a number of repeated instances, the right time, which is in the moment, or you would say the present. Okay. Okay. So time is used to measure different things, the time of the day, the seasons, the alteration of different things, right? So when he says, all right, time is the most powerful thing in the universe, no. All right. Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, is the power that powers time. All right. That controls time and seasons. All right. And you have to have the wisdom to actually know that. Okay. Which is Wisdom of Solomon 8:8. If a man desire much experience, she which is wisdom, knoweth things of old, and conjecture it aright what is to come. Let's get it in the NLT. I mean in the GNT. All right, because sometimes it'd be easier to, just to kind of translate it sometimes. Right, 8. Let's go here real quick. Okay, sorry about that. All right, it says, do you want to have wide experience? Wisdom knows the lessons of history and can anticipate the future. Now, time is governed off, again, the things that's going to happen, past, present, and future. All right, you have to time travel, all right, to understand things. I mean, that's a motion. It has motion to it, right? So the same as wisdom. Wisdom is a moving motion. All right. It's the pure influence of the Most High. So that's why one would say time move. But if the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is out, Yahweh is outside of time, then how then is it governed? How is it given unto us? Yet a man don't know his time. All right, which I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that next. All right. I'm gonna get that next. And Sirach 18. But let's finish in the GNT here. It says, she knows how to interpret what people say and how to solve problems. She knows the miracles that the Most High will perform and how the movements of history will develop. Okay, that was just in the GNT. I'll read it in the regular. If a man, wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old. This guy don't got no wisdom. All right. Living long don't justify age. All right. It says long life, the gray hairs are honor to a man. If he had lived his life, you know, exercising wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. It says, and conjecture it, all right, what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times. Okay? Now let's go back to this Sirach and just kind of prove he don't know what he actually saying. But, hey, like you say, you make a point, but you got to be on point with wisdom. It sounds good to make that point when he himself, he don't serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. So what good is a life of a man that lived to be 100 years? All right, yeah, he didn't know wisdom. In fact, let's get that, man. If a man lived 100 years, come back to the wisdom of Solomon. All right. Live 100. Okay. Bear with me right here. They got two different ones. They got, all right, so Sirach 6 and 3. If a man beget 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. All right, so if you live years, have children, be prosperous, all right, and your soul not filled with good, what good is it for you, man? Remember, all things working to the good of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. So the good of him and the will of the Lord, all right, that conjecture was right on living, man. This is back in Sirach 18. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, when a man had done, then he beginneth, and when he leave it off, then he shall be doubtful. All right. What is man, and whereto serveth he? What is his good, and what is his evil? Okay. It says, the number of a man's days at the most are 100 years. You see? So let's see what Eve learned. Because wisdom and knowledge teach days. Let's see what kind of wisdom he got.
What they give you? Time. When they want to reward you, what they give you? Time. You can live 30 years with cancer. Time. You got time. I don't got time for that. Time. So I think when we expire and we go to his kingdom, he going to ask us, what the did you do with the time I gave you on earth? Right. Did you help or did you hurt? Right. Wow. Did you think about anybody else?
Yeah, help or hurt who? So he been living a while. Tracy Morgan got to be at least in his 50s. I'm consuming, so that's a half a century. One would say that's a good time to live, compared to the life expectancy of Jake today. This Job 32 and 7, it says, I said they should speak in multitude of years, should teach wisdom. Right? So as you have days and multitude of years, you should speak wisdom. Now they're on this podcast. All right, and they're like, oh, you speaking deep. What good is it if it's deep, but you ain't explaining it? Like, there's no substance in this. Okay? It says, but there's a spirit in man. All right? And the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. So the spirit is in the prophets. They're the ones that's giving out the true wisdom and the understanding, man, on how days should speak and multitude of years should teach you wisdom. Right? Well, what you did, good or bad. Right? Come on. They tell you in Romans 9 and okay. Romans 9 and 11, it says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but him that calleth. it. So the Lord ain't judging off what's good or evil. The Lord's spirit comes within those who he have planted. All right, because you done had good men do evil, and you done had evil men do good. So now, what do you mean by, okay, you judging? The Lord, when we expire, first of all, we don't expire. We just when we leave this body, all right, we go into our spiritual body. We just clean that up for him right there. But we know what he's insinuating, right? It says, so when you're judged again by the lot that the Heavenly Father have given you. You can't even control the good or the bad. All right, that you do technically, because there's no free will. So he's like, well, what did you do? All right, you can only do, as I read in Sirach 18, what a man start, and then when he leave it off, he doubt it. So he don't know. We don't kind of know what we do. Right? We do it in the spirit of things, but ultimately we're only going to do what the Lord have purposed us to do. All right? And you can't work or get called. There's nothing you can do, all right, to alter this or offset it, man. All right? The Lord has basically put in a lot for you, man. He don't, again, Jake don't know what they talking about. Jake can have money, all right, but then don't have no intelligence concerning nothing, man. You see why people, because the Lord make you rich and poor on the instant. So you ain't even get your own self rich. This Proverbs 16 and 33, it says the lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. So, that which the Lord have put in for you to do, that's what you gonna do. All right, if he made you an Israelite, if he made you another nation, whatever it may be, all right, whatever your doings is of the Lord, man. All right, you can't even set your heart aright, right? Because it's on the Lord, in which he would do. Not again, it's not about that. It's just really about showing him that the Lord is more powerful than the entire universe, man, that he created. All right. And time is just a temporal duration, man. Remember, immortality outwits time. All right, immortality is greater than time, so time is not the most important thing. Now you're judged in a time you was allowed it, in a lot that you came down. All right, from your reincarnations and judge. Yeah, the Lord sets you up in time frames within your lots. All right, to carry out that which you'll do in that reincarnation, man. All right, because immortality is deathlessness, man. Is an endless life, undying. So now, how you time that? Right, the quality of being permanent. So put some time on that. Okay, now let's go back to this Sirach 18. You know what? Let me let him play it. I'm gonna let him play it a little bit more. Let's see.
You think about yourself, man. Nah, you gotta do something with your time. Stay productive. Time is the most powerful.
All right. Before I go back to that Sirach 18, I'm gonna go to Job. All right. I mean, not Job, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. It's simple. It says to everything is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right. So let's just say when your time expires and the Lord asks you, he gonna say it, and the Lord asks you, all right, what did you do with your time? When your time was already accounted for of the Lord, man. So on the day of judgment, you're going to get judged. All right? The Lord ain't going to ask you what you do with your time. He knows what you've done with your time. All right? Hebrews, come on, man. But, we dealing with time here. It's not a great, like a big deal. But again, it's the importance of it, right? All right, let's play on.
thing in the universe.
Right.
Time. When they want to punish you, what they give you? Time. When they want to reward you, what they give you? Time. You can live 30 years with cancer. Time. You got time. I don't got time for that. Time. So I think when we expire and we go to his kingdom, he gonna ask us, what the did you do with the time I gave you on earth?
Right.
Did you help or did you hurt?
Right. Wow.
Even when you help somebody, you gotta know who you did good to. Let's get that, man. Again, if you would do good, you gotta know who you doing good to, man. This is okay, let me. This is Rock 12:1. It says, when thou would do good, know to whom thou doest it. And what is his measurement of doing good? Right? What is his what is doing helping a poor, like what is his doing good? So what kind of knowledge was that he was kicking? You didn't even specify what good is. You didn't specify what evil is. All right? Because both of them have a temperament to it. They have they have an action to that. All right? To both sides. See that? It says, so shall thou, when thou would do good, know to whom thou doest it. So it's even specific people that we have to do good to. We have a a law to do good to those that do good, and to those that's in the ministry, those that's doing and believing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, carrying out his judgments, his law, man. It says, so shall thou be thankful for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. You see? And if not from him, yet from the Most High. See? It says, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil. And in order to be rich in this man society, that he had to embody some evil, man. It says, to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms, give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. So I'm going to just add on to what he said, all right? Because that's true. Some of the things is true, right? It just don't have substance in it, man. You got to know what you, like you say, you got to know what you're telling people, man. You won't kick knowledge, okay? It says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. So you got to give unto the good and help not sinners. Now, in his eyes, he going to say, oh, everybody's sin. So, well, just give all your goods to everybody. And would you leave your goods behind to follow the Lord? All right? Like Yahweh said, right? And follow me. Give up all that you had and follow the Lord. Would you do that? Right? That should be a good thing, right? This Mark 10:21, it says, and Yahweh beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, one thing thou lackest, go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come take up the cross and follow me. And he was sad at the saying and went away grieved, for he had great possessions. So this guy got great possessions. All right? So will you give all that up and follow the Lord? And when you follow the Lord, you got to follow by action, man. Right? You got to put off all those old ways, those old sinful customs, the things you follow of the earth. All right? And get in alignment with the Spirit. The things you like to eat, the things you like to indulge in. You got to give it up. Because at the end of the day, right, we coming into eternity. And we're going to have to treat eternity as such, man. You're going to really be living in eternity, man. All right? That's when everything, whoever who judge things are right, given to the Spirit of the Most High, they're going to be the ones actually, teaching and setting a standard in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? So it says, Sirach 18:9, the number of a man's days at the most are 100 years, as a drop of water into the sea and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity, man. Right? And the days of eternity are innumerable. Right? The days of Israel is innumerable. Definitely of the elect. Sirach 37:25. The days of life of a man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable, man.
Did you think about anybody else? Or did you think about yourself? Damn. Nah, you gotta do something with your time. Stay productive. Time is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Right.
Time. When they want to punish you, what they give you? Time. When they want to reward you, what they give you? Time. You can live 30 years with cancer. Time. You got time. I don't got time for that. Time. So I think when we expire and we go to his kingdom, he gonna ask us, what the did you do with the time I gave you on earth?
Right.
Did you help or did you hurt?
Right. Wow.
Did you think about anybody else? Or did you think about yourself? Damn. Nah, you gotta do something with your time. Stay productive.
And that's, Dan, you dropping gems. And that's why these vain podcasts, they got the influence to speak out to the people. A lot of, millions of people views or whoever watching, right? But yet they're not it's all vanity, man. They're not giving our people the end time, the judgments that's to come, how to turn, repent, come back to the Lord. So, listen, in due time the Lord gonna set up one that is more profitable over it. For right now, only one should be speaking is the prophets, man. All right? Because they're saying giving Jake the true wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not of themselves, man. Like you say, they glorying in it while you kicking gems. Damn gems, man. He ain't say nothing. It tell you in Sirach 37. I'm gonna start at 22. It says, another is wise to himself, and the fruits of understanding are commendable in his mouth. Right? This be fruits of understanding. He been living long. Honorable age is not measured in time. It says, a wise man instructed his people, and the fruits of his understanding fail not. It is what it is, right? This wisdom of Solomon 4:8. It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. Right? But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. To live your life unspotted is to live your ways and walking behind Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the law, using wisdom, judgment, uprightness. All right, that's how you be. That's how I be unspotted. All right, that's an unspotted life. You didn't give in to morality, the flesh. All right, but you stayed connected to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and believed in him throughout the years. So that's pretty much it. That's the point. So I think brothers get the message. So I don't want to was out of fine. Till next time I say shalom.